All right, good morning, everyone. Gonna be watching FOMC. It's gonna be Papa Powell's last time speaking. I think. I'm pretty sure. Wait, good morning or good afternoon? Did I say good morning? My bad. Yeah, Powell's final press conference. Expected to keep interest rates steady at 3.5 to 3.75. Today's gonna be a crazy day. I mean, I'm not sure it's gonna be tradable, but we'll see. Usually, I do trade during FOMC only if it's volatile, which honestly, I don't think it will be. I don't know, unless he says something that's like really shakes up the markets, but I think what's really gonna move the markets is after market close. We have earnings from Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, and Google. Yeah, this alphabet thing is Google. And then tomorrow we have earnings for Apple, which is good. I think it might give the markets a reason to really move, start picking up next week, hopefully. Powell talks at 2:30. Yeah, so the decision comes out at 2 and then he's supposed to speak at 2:30. Usually what you see is like a spike at 2, and then depending on what that spike does, most of the time is nothing crazy unless it's like, I don't know, it really depends. Most of the time the 2 p.m. candle is not that crazy, but then 2:30 when Powell starts speaking, it like starts to pick up. Usually. Last FOMC was like pretty slow, nothing really happened, which is why I shouldn't have traded last FOMC day. But I did trade it and I shouldn't have because it wasn't even worth it. And I knew that too. But yeah, I still did it. It's okay though. I know if today's like not that good, definitely won't trade because I don't want to waste my time. I do have a couple things to do. Okay, what am I doing? Okay, this is a gap. Right now, I'm trying to look for zones. There's nothing crazy. This is a 45-minute demand zone. This looks like a good zone as well. Another 45-minute zone that the market has rejected. 30-minute. This could be a 30-minute zone as well. And let's see. Yeah, that looks like that's about it. There's not much. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't trade yesterday and like I low key regretted it. Cause yesterday was one of the best openings I've seen. It was actually like decent volume yesterday. Same thing this morning. It was actually a pretty good day. I mean, I think it was a pretty good opening. It's definitely low volume for sure. Slow volume. You can tell right now as well. Like we haven't really picked a direction for the day. It's been very sideways. So I feel like for me, in order to trade, it'd have to be like probably outside of this area. So it needs a lot of volume. Yeah, it's probably gonna be a quick stream. Um, I don't even know what I would trade. I mean, maybe I would trade the breakout to longs up here. If I see it close above 306, I think it'd be a good long for like a 1-to-1. Could also take shorts from this area since we did reject back here. Yeah, but this short would just be like kind of betting for a choppy market, which I think would only happen if the FOMC decision doesn't really like do much, which I'm low-key expecting that because of earnings later on. I wouldn't be surprised if FOMC is like a pretty slow one today. This could also be a 5-minute zone. I won't mark it out because like I'm not really paying attention to that. Let's see US 30. I know for sure I'm not going to be trading US 30. US 30 during FOMC is like not what you want to see. It's never good. I don't know why. Wow, I'm glad US 30 broke out of this range that it was in. It was stuck there for a bit. What's your best winning time frame? I mean, I take most of my trades on the 1 minute. But I would say like a best zone. Probably the bigger time frame ones, like the 4 hour down to the why is this moving so fast? 4 hour down to like the 90 minute. No, down to the 30 minute. So all of the zones. I can't believe this is gonna be Powell's last time speaking. I've really only ever watched him speak. I haven't been trading long enough to see anyone else speak during FOMC. So it's gonna be very interesting. Very interesting. The next FOMC after this one. I'm not sure when that is. Probably in a month or two. And it's gonna be someone else speaking. What makes a supply zone from what makes a supply zone for you? Because I noticed a lot of supply and demand traders mark different zones. Yeah, I noticed that too. She just be putting lines and calling them zones. You can do that too. LOL. See, what I've noticed is every supply and demand zone works. Like if you look at Doyle, he marks his zones way differently and his shit works, right? The only way it wouldn't work is if you inconsistently mark your zones. So let's say you mark some zones including the wick and then others not including the wick. And like you mark your zones kind of randomly, then it wouldn't work because everything's kind of random. But if you mark your zones in the same way every single time, you shouldn't really have an issue because you mark it the same every time. That's what I always tell people is like, if you're used to marking it a certain way and it works for you, keep it that way. But don't be like, oh yeah, I'll mark this zone here with the wick and then this one. I just feel like the wick doesn't make sense here, so let me take it out. You know? But yeah, you could say what you want. Any zone literally works. You can mark a random line on the chart and it will work. I would say like as long as you mark it in a consistent way, then that's really kind of the only thing that matters. You might disagree, but at the end of the day, it's just an opinion. but it kind of makes sense. Like, it's like every strategy is gonna work with trading, but what really matters is down to you if you're gonna do it consistently, you know? It's just like real life. Like, everyone's gonna be different. Everyone does things that works for them. Yeah, I don't see too much on US 30, so I'm not gonna be looking at it. Just gonna be focused on NASDAQ. Where's VWAP? Yeah, we've been chopping up on VWAP. I wouldn't be surprised if I don't trade. I think this is just gonna be a quick stream. Um, Looking at FOMC decision and then maybe looking at Powell. What's the word best contract size for 50K? What's the best contract size for 50K? I would say like micros for sure. Probably 5 to 10. You really don't need crazy sizing to make good money with 50K accounts. Yeah, I would say like 5 to 15 micros or one regular contract. But the thing is, with one regular contract on a 50K, like, you could just lose money so fast. That's the only issue with that. But, yeah. Full port works for any account. It's 50-50. 50-50. Took a trade this morning, lost both. Now I'm pissed. It's okay. It's okay to lose. I hear a lot of people say don't trade FOMC day, which is understandable. You get this stuff for FOMC day. No, FOMC week. This is what you get every time. What did it do yesterday? See, yesterday it had really good volume. Like, I'm actually upset. I kind of missed it. This is probably the best volume we had in, like, it feels like months. Yeah. And then look at Monday's New York session. It's tiny. I'm surprised yesterday was actually pretty good. But then again, like, it didn't really have any direction. It basically moved sideways. Same thing with today. What time is it? Oh my gosh, it's 2 p.m. It doesn't even look like the FOMC candle came out. Yeah, I'm not surprised. The only reason I'm not expecting FOMC to be crazy is because we have crazy earnings later today after market close, which is what, 4 p.m. 4 p.m. we got earnings Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, and Google, which are all of these four are top 10 on Nasdaq. So it's going to be crazy. Probably tomorrow. Yeah, and then tomorrow after market close, we got Apple earnings. I'm pretty sure Apple is like either the first or second one. It's pretty high up there. Yeah, this is a sad FOMC. Let's see what Powell says. I wonder if he'll do like something crazy because it's like his last time. Imagine he curses or something. Or like he drops the mic. One firm long, one firm short. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think it'll be good to full port unless it's like really volatile. By full port, I mean like full port on the eval, where you could pass it like in one day. Yeah, cause this 2 p.m. candle doesn't don't look like it, like what you would expect. But yeah, I won't be trading tomorrow. I mean, I'll probably look at the charts, but I don't think I will. I've already learned my lesson about not trading on airplanes. It's just such a cool idea, making money up there. But then it's like, it's also dangerous. Maybe I'll trade an eValve up there. Then I can make a video called It's Past an Account on an Airplane. Are you still planning to use Tops Up after the changes? I mean, yeah. I think the payout rules are good. The only thing that sucks is the payout caps are not like they're not competitive, They're not better than any other prop firm. It's like now you got better choices kind of. Okay, we're moving. We got about oh my gosh, we got about damn. What is this? 22 no. My math is off. 27 minutes for Papa Powell. Then we might actually see some good volume. Maybe. How do I pass eval so quick? I hate to say it, but it's like I low key gamble them. See, that's the thing. Like, I only say gamble because it's like I size up pretty heavy, but it's like the trades that I take make sense to me. It's not like random trades. It's like I do some sort of analysis, then I just kind of going pretty heavy. Tight stop losses as well. Like I'll be in a couple contracts, so I have a tight stop loss, and I'll wait for like a small move, get out, and then repeat it. But I would only say like you should really only do that if you already have passed a couple accounts and you've gotten payouts and stuff. Cause it's like I don't like to tell like new traders to full port their account, cause then they're not really gonna know what to do on the funded phase. If you don't have too much experience with passing accounts or getting payouts, pretend like the eValve is a real account. That way, once you get funded, you're confident in getting the payout. Give away some 50K accounts. I have good news. I have 4 Lucid accounts to give away. I'll probably do it tomorrow though for Friday. That way people don't trade it during FOMC week and they trade it next week. But yeah, I'll do a giveaway tomorrow. Not on the stream. I do every giveaway on the Discord, free Discord. But yeah, last time I gave away 5 Lucid accounts, and then like 2 weeks after I gave away 2 more Lucid accounts, and now I got 4 more Lucid accounts to give away. Oh, and then I might have other accounts to give away as well, but I might need to ask for those. I bought 50K Tradify account 2 days ago. I'm really hoping to pass this one. I think you will. If you think you could pass it, then that's really all that matters. Got my first payout from trading 8 months in. Now I haven't had a green day in 2 weeks, and I've blown the funded and three e-valves now. Any advice? I would say you probably think something's wrong, but I want to tell you that it's a very normal pattern to go downhill after your first payout. I'm not kidding, I've spoken to probably hundreds of traders, and I've noticed this pattern where, like, when they get their first payout, it goes downhill from there. I'm not sure, like, if that's for every trader, but it's a real pattern. Like, I've realized it. And it even happened to me as well. After my first payout, it was downhill for a while. And I think it's just because we get like that rush of dopamine from that first payout. You guys know that first payout, like, there's really no other feeling like it. So I think we kind of rush to get that feeling back again. And then that kind of like messes with our trading for a while. For a while. But I think my best advice would be like try to slow down. Because right now maybe your issue is you're probably emotionally trading again because you want to feel that feeling again of the payout. Try to slow down, try to size down. And also remember, like, the market has shifted quite a bit in a very short period of time, you know? So it's definitely very different. It's also FOMC week. FOMC week is always like a pretty tough week for a lot of people because it's like a market that, I don't know, it kind of like gets you excited for big moves and then it doesn't move that much. So you expect like crazier moves or you expect breakouts and then it does the opposite. But yeah, I would say slow down, size down. And then also journal. That's a big one. I haven't used wealth charts. I did buy an account for wealth charts. Jeez, I can't even say it. I bought an account for wealth charts like a couple months ago with Apex, and I literally couldn't even enter in a trade because I didn't know how to use the platform. So, yeah, that was that. And then ever since, I didn't go back to using wealth charts. I just stuck to Tradeovate. Oh my gosh, we're actually moving a little bit. Okay. We got 20 minutes for Powell. How to join the Discord server. Damn, I have to find a link. Let me see if I could get it from the Discord. Let's see. Send a server invite. Okay. Roles. VIP. Okay, cool. Alright, this is the link to the free Discord. I will be doing a giveaway tomorrow for Lucid accounts. So far, anytime you save a layout, log back in, it goes away. Oh, for wealth charts? Yeah, that sucks. What matters more to you, strategy versus trade management? In directional trading, but I'm gonna go with selling options where I just manage. What do you mean by trade management? Like managing the trade, like breaking even and taking profit? Because I would say like that's part of strategy. Or do you mean like risk management? criteria for a giveaway to win, there's really not much. I mean, if you look at the past giveaways, I just say react to the message and you'll be entered for the giveaway. That's really it. But yeah, the other day I gave away, I think it was two 25K accounts, and someone passed it like a day later. That was cool. News. Pulling quick to break even or let the TP and just push the stop loss and profit. I mean, I would say like your strategy could be good, but if your trade management is bad, then you probably won't make, good money, even though you have a high winning rate strategy. Do you use market structure? Bro, I'm gonna sound so unprofitable, but like, I really don't. I think it's very, it's like I kind of do, right? But like, I don't use market structure to create a bias, you know? Like other people, they use market structure, they get like a daily bias and then they try to go based off of that. For me, it's really just I get an idea of how the market looks, I mark the zones, and then I wait to see how price reacts to the zone. And then like that's it right there. And that's not good enough for everyone, but it's good enough for me. Like I said, everyone's different. Like for me, it's like my issue with daily bias is like I don't know if my ego gets in the way or what, but when I create a bias, the market could tell me something else. Yeah, I will ignore it because I have a bias. That's my issue with bias. That's why I try not to create one cuz it's like it it's bad for me. Yeah. I've noticed too like sometimes I'll be very bearish and then like the market could tell me go long, but since I'm so bearish, I don't long it. So yeah, that's why I don't create a bias because it messes with me. And again, not everyone's like that. Yeah. But yeah, the thing is like the thing with my strategy, I would say like this was my issue last year was when I'd get in a losing streak, it'd be like, oh my gosh, like I'm not doing enough. Like I need to learn other concepts, other ways of getting entries. But then that would like overcomplicate, my trading. And then it'd be like analysis paralysis, where you like analyze a bit too much and it's like, wait, but this concept says it's bullish and then this says it's bearish and then like yeah, analysis paralysis. So what I learned is just like even after a losing streak, don't change your strategy because then you got to start from zero. And then again, like losing streaks are part of the game, so it's like you really can't overthink it. You can't. Another thing is like if I lost, I don't know, the past 10 trades, it sucks, but I have to stay zoomed out and look at the past 100 trades that I took. And then when you zoom out, it's like, oh, okay, I'm actually not doing so bad. It just kind of sucks right now because I'm so zoomed in into, you know, the past couple days. What if you lost the last 11 trades? If I lost the last 11 trades, which I think has happened, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe not lost the trades, but like I broke even on a couple and like I never really hit TP2. I feel like that has happened. I have to go back and look at the journaling, and see, am I doing something wrong, or is the market just kind of not in my favor? Sometimes it's a mixture of both. Sometimes it's just one thing. But the best thing you could do on a losing streak is look at your journaling. Look at where you were doing right before. And then also, like, damn, I hate to say this, but like, damn, it's so real. Is that morning routine. That morning routine is crazy. Like, if I if someone asks me what's your best advice to locking in with trading, I would say your morning routine, cuz it's like when I was getting my 40K pay, I was like the morning routine was insane. I can't lie. It was like what's that? Damn, what's that guy's name? I forgot. It wasn't a strict morning routine, but like it was such a good one that I think it affected my trading in the best way possible. And then like recently I've stopped doing it, and I've seen how it affects my trading, and it's not in a good way. But yeah, morning routine I think has a lot to do with profitability. For me at least. And then also, like, if I look at my first 20K month, the main thing that changed for me that 20K month was the morning routine. So, like, if you really want to lock in with trading, one of the best advices I would give you is have a morning routine that allows you to actually wake up and then get in the right mindset. Yeah, because I used to be the trader that just woke up 5 minutes before market open, rushed my analysis, and I would rush into trading. And I was like, wait, I see this profitable version of myself, and what she does is she kind of like has this morning ritual, right, where she like meditates, she prays before she shows up to the markets. And I started doing that, and the results were crazy. But yeah, it's just crazy how like things outside of trading really affect your trading. Crazy. Who is your favorite chatter in here, and why is it me? I don't know. I don't. I don't really have a favorite one. All of you guys, the favorite ones, and stick to the same time every day. Yes, yes. Not only that, but also like go to bed at the same time every day. That's another thing, and then that makes it easier for you to wake up and do the morning routine. Cause that's been my struggle. It's like I've been falling asleep a little bit too late. Cause I've been doing other shit. And it's like time just flies by, and all of a sudden it's 11 p.m. and it's like, damn. In the morning, I don't even want to wake up sometimes, and it kind of starts from the day before that bedtime. I hate people on IG that add God to trading. Faith is something for yourself, but people lately use it to get views and stuff. You not lying. You not lying. Oh shit. See, my thing is like a big part of my trading journey was actually like getting close to God and stuff. But I don't really talk about it because it's like, I don't know. I don't know. That's another thing to the morning routine is like, I would say pray for sure. Like, I don't care if you don't believe in God, but you should believe in something bigger than yourself. Yeah, I would say pray to that. But yeah, it's so weird with me because and I feel like a lot of people are like this, where like they're not really religious, but they do believe in God. They believe in something higher than themselves. What's your favorite pistol for self defense? Fuck. I'm not gonna lie. Like, right now, I really don't carry a gun with me. I wish I did though. I wish I did, cause I'm pretty little. I'm like 5'1", 5'2", and it's like, I don't know. That's a good question. Especially here in New York, it could get like pretty ghetto sometimes. But I know when I go to Texas and like I'm not, with other people, it's just me and my girl, that we will have guns. Like there's no doubt about it. But I think if I have a gun, I wouldn't have that big crazy gun because that should be heavy. One of my, he's not, I guess he's like a family friend. He's not family. He's family. He had a gun on him because he works as an officer in like a jail, and he had the gun with him. We carried it, and it was like so heavy. And I was like, bro, if I shoot with this, the gun's flying away from me. So I'd get like a very small one. I'd get a small one that works. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like I don't know how to say it, so I'm not gonna say it. But like, I don't know. I feel like if someone like, if I was actually in danger, like, how do I say it? How do I say it? I feel like I don't know how to say it, but I feel like if I was in danger, like my inner Dexter will come out. You guys know Dexter, right? It's like it's really down to like I don't know what happens. I've never been in a situation like that, so I don't know. I'm trying to find this Powell speaking shit. Let me search on Fox. Did you guys see that Top Step TV was doing like a like a what is it? Like a I don't even know how to fuck to say it. Goodbye party for Powell. Is that what they were doing? I'm not sure. That sounds weird. A goodbye party. But I thought it was pretty funny. Which religion will help me win the most trades? I don't know. Don't know. See, I'm glad my mom raised me a certain way. She was like, I grew up with my parents saying, you don't need to go to church to be close to God. And then, like, I'm glad I got raised that way. Because if I didn't get raised that way, then I probably wouldn't have a relationship with God. Yo, I hate to say this as well, but like, yo, sometimes these church people be weird. I can't even lie. Like, There's so many stories out there that's like, oh yeah, the pastor did this. And then like one of my girlfriend's aunt, she didn't get fired, but her job had to shut down because basically the owner of the daycare, which is part of the church, I think he's a pastor or something, he was messing with the taxes of the daycare. So like some Minnesota shit. You guys know that scam with the in Minnesota with the daycares? I guess if you own a daycare, it could be very easy to do like, I don't know, fraud with taxes. Oh, I think this is Papa Powell. He got 3 minutes. Oh my gosh, I gotta watch Meet Kevin. Jesus, that was loud. God's in the heart. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I think. Oh, and then another thing with the church stuff is like you'll see so many videos about like, oh, like the son's pastor did this or like the pastor did that. And my experience with going to a church, I was very young, but I still remember it, is like the way they ask for money is a bit weird towards the end of it. I don't know, I always thought that was a bit weird. And then now, when they ask for money, they're not giving you like that basket shit for the cash. Bro, they're giving you a whole thing for you to tap your phone and do the tap pay, which is crazy. It's crazy. I don't know. I just hope whatever church people go to is a good one. Because, of course, there's good ones. But it's just the bad ones that are, like, very sketchy. Someone said, Lonnie, grow your hair out. Nah. Yo, if I grow my hair out, it's so stressful because it's like it'll always be in my face. And then, like, I have to move it out of my face. And then, not to mention the brushing. It's like, it's a whole workout. I used to have long hair, but I chopped it. I chopped it off because it was a lot. And yeah, I'm glad I cut it. And now it's like a hobby to cut my hair. Like if I get it a little bit like beneath my eyebrow, I have to give it like a trim. But I will never like shave my head. I think that's crazy. That's scary. I wouldn't do that. Where he at? Where's Powell? He's late. Oh wait, you guys can't even hear it. Let me see if I can fix this. Desktop audio.
Yeah, iPad Mini though is good. My iPad Mini screen is cracked, and they're like, "Oh, it'll cost you $499 to replace it." I'm like, "I could just buy a new Mini," and they're like, "Yeah, you want to buy a new Mini?" And I'm like, "No, I'll just leave it cracked." Because I use it so little that I really don't care, and it doesn't really affect the performance where the crack is. So, and it's not about the money. It's like the hassle of setting up yet another device. Trump on Hormuz blockade. It has been genius. Uh huh.
Oh my
Iran
gosh.
just has to say he
It's
give up.
him.
Yeah, yeah.
Why is this breaking news?
Afternoon.
As Fed chair. Good afternoon.
Yes.
My colleagues and I remain squarely focused
Wait,
on
what am I
achieving our
doing?
dual mandate
I need the
goals
chart.
of maximum employment and stable prices
we
for
go.
the benefit of the American people. The U.S. economy has been expanding at a solid pace. While job gains have remained low, the unemployment rate has been little changed in recent months. Inflation has moved up and is elevated, in part reflecting the recent increase in global energy prices. Today, the FOMC decided to leave our policy rate unchanged. We see the current stance of monetary policy as appropriate to promote progress toward our maximum employment and 2% inflation goals. Developments in the Middle East are contributing to a high level of uncertainty about the economic outlook, and we will remain attentive to risks to both sides of our dual mandate. I'll have more to say about monetary policy after briefly reviewing economic developments. Recent indicators suggest that economic activity has been expanding at a solid pace.
Yo.
Consumer spending has been resilient, and business fixed investment has continued to expand at a brisk pace. In contrast, activity in the housing sector has remained weak. In the labor market, the unemployment rate was 4.3% in March and has changed little in recent months. Job gains have remained low. A good part of the slowing in the pace of the job growth over the past year reflects a decline in the growth of the labor force due to lower immigration and labor force participation, though labor demand has clearly softened as well. Other indicators, including job openings, layoffs, hiring, and
is it
nominal
me or,
wage
like,
growth,
is he whispering?
generally show little change in recent months.
He always talks like that.
Inflation has moved up recently and is elevated relative to our 2% longer run goal. Estimates based on the Consumer Price Index and other data indicate that total PCE prices rose 3.5%.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I'm gonna trade today. It's just, there's not enough volume. There's really not. And again, I'm not surprised because of all the earnings coming out later today. It's like the market's still probably waiting for that. That's why I expected a pretty slow opening. Last time I saw your video requesting payout from Apex, then losing the 20 accounts, what happened so far? After I lost my main 20 accounts, I got new 20k. I got another new 20 accounts. And I had those accounts for over a month. And like at first I started off in drawdown and I got out of the drawdown. I was in profit almost 1,000 in each account. And then I got another losing streak. And it sucks to say, but like the losing streak that I got in on could have been avoided if I was just getting 1-to-1s. Yeah, like if you look at my stats, all of the break evens I had were perfect 1-to-1 trades. And if I took profit at 1-to-1s, I'd probably still have the accounts. But yeah, I slowly blew that second batch of 20 accounts, which sucks. I'm not gonna lie, it did suck. Not because I blew the accounts, but because I spent so much time on the accounts. That's why it sucked. Because I spent a lot of time on them. Over a month. Trying to grind out those accounts. But then I decided to just kind of take a break from the 20 Apex accounts. I probably will be back to them though.
Make, whether about interest rates or regulatory.
See gold. Let's see. Shit, what about it? Let me see. Okay. Looks cool. I mean, it's really not that volatile, but what about US 30? Yeah, US 30's chopped. Oh, look at these longs coming in. See, usually I would take long if this candle closed above 247, but I'm not gonna trade today because I really don't think it's gonna be in my favor. Yeah, it didn't even close that good, anyways. And Q making high. Huh? I mean, it got some space. I wouldn't be surprised though if like the earnings at 4 p.m. come out crazy and this shit just continues to go even higher. Cuz right now we're on a small pullback. But like if the earnings come out really good, we could easily go back to all-time highs again.
Decision, they would not seek, as part of that appeal, to restart the investigation.
And
or
Q's
send
consolidating the morning high.
I've said that I will not leave the board until this investigation is well and truly over, with transparency and finality, and I stand by that. I'm encouraged by recent developments, and I'm watching the remaining steps in this process carefully.
What did you just say?
My decisions on these matters will continue to be guided entirely by what I believe is in the best interest of the institution and the people we serve. After my term as chair ends on May 15, I will continue to serve as a governor for a period of time to be determined.
Damn.
I plan to keep a low profile as a governor. There's only ever one chair of the Federal Reserve Board. When Kevin Warsh is confirmed and sworn in, he will be that chair. Once sworn in as board chair, his new colleagues will elect him to chair the FOMC as well. As I regularly point out from this podium, our success in delivering our goals matters for all Americans. I'm confident that the Fed will continue to do its work with objectivity, integrity, and a deep commitment to serve the American people. Thank you, and I look forward to your questions.
Yo, it's crazy. The new Fed chair, he looks so young compared to Powell. Look at him. I'm about to put a picture of him. Whoa, it just lagged. But yeah, he looks so young compared to Powell. I wonder if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Suggested that such verbal criticism is a problem, and neither has anyone else here. But these legal actions by the administration are unprecedented in our 113-year history, and there are ongoing
Can you guys
threats
hear Powell?
of additional such actions. I worry that these attacks are battering the institution and putting at risk the thing that really matters to the public, which is the ability to conduct monetary policy without taking into consideration political factors. It is so important for our economy, for the people that we serve, that they can depend over time on a central bank that operates that way, free of political influence. It's part of...
Because another thing I was thinking about was how, like, Powell has experience, and when people ask him questions, they try to ask him questions that will bring out information that could shake up the markets, you know? And I feel like he was trained, or he's probably been trained over the years naturally to like not say certain things or say certain things a certain way. And I feel like maybe with the new Fed chair, he could like slip up when he answers some of the questions. Yo, oh, I hate to talk about Trump again, but you know, we're traders and Trump is such a big part of that, so I just have to talk about him again. But I was watching the interview of Trump on 60 Minutes. Did anyone see that interview where Trump was interviewed by 60 Minutes? Yo, he's bold. He really is. He is such a character. I think he's very entertaining, like low key, and I hate to say that, but it's like, bro, he was literally telling the interviewer that like she's a horrible person to her face, just like nothing. Did anyone see that? Give it about 1 to 2 years as new chair, the gray hairs will come and he'll look just like Powell. Oh yeah, for sure. You saw that interview? Yo, I couldn't believe it when he said that. But it's like it's not surprising. It's just for me it's like as a president like you're kind of expected to be like very professional. And he is like he does not care at all. He doesn't. But yeah, like when I talk about Trump, it's because that's what's going on. It's not that I like him or that I don't like him. I really don't think much about it. I never really cared about politics because I think the whole thing is dumb. But yeah, like Trump is just something you really gotta. It like he naturally gets brought up with traders because it's like he kind of moves the markets a lot. So that's why I talk about him a lot. I hope they auction off Powell's ties. Yeah, the purple ones. Yeah. But do you like Trump? I mean, no, not really. I don't know. It's like I really don't think much about him. Like I don't like him, I don't hate him. But then like I don't like I don't know. I'm very like neutral. Cause it's like with Kamala, bro, I could not vote for her. Are you crazy? She was like, oh no, I couldn't do it. I'm sorry if that offends you, but like the Kamala shit, I couldn't vote for her. But then again, like I couldn't vote for Trump, so it's like I really I don't care about politics. That's the issue. But sometimes I do wonder what would have happened if Kamala did become president somehow. Because it's like, I don't know, how would that have been? I don't know. Would it have been better or worse? I don't know.
A
What's
hike
he
is
saying?
as likely as a cut. That number has increased over the intermeeting period, and it's easy to see why. I mean, it's a good question, right? You see, inflation has moved up over the interim a bit. Core inflation's 3.2 now, moving, albeit just a little bit, in the wrong direction. And we know that there will be, that there's headline inflation coming out of the Gulf, and we don't know how much that will be. We're going to need to see. So it makes all the sense in the world that people would look at that and we'd have a vigorous discussion about that. You saw that 3 people dissented over the language. I think all of those people agreed with the rate decision. So the majority of the committee did not want to do that.
Yeah, you can see the market is not moving. It literally hasn't moved. Yeah. Like this was 2 p.m. right here. And it's been moving sideways ever since. And again, a good hint to the market being choppy during FOMC was the earnings. A lot of big earnings are coming out later. And it's so weird because this has happened before. I'm pretty sure this happened last time. It was the same thing. It was FOMC, but we had important earnings coming out a couple hours later. And the same thing happened. But yeah, that was it for me. I mean, I could keep chatting, but I'm gonna chat on Friday. Actually, I don't know if I'll actually stream on Friday because I'm not sure what we're gonna be doing. But I won't be streaming tomorrow because I'll be traveling. But maybe I'll stream on Friday. It sucks that I won't be able to trade tomorrow because I do think tomorrow will be probably the best day out of the week to trade. Same thing with Friday. I think it's gonna be pretty good. I think the volume should be better for the rest of the week. And then I'm hoping next week. Oh, next week will be a new month. So, yeah, it should be. I think it should be better. But I feel like I say that every new month. But I'm going to keep it that way. I like going into a new month with a positive mindset. Not high hopes, but just a positive mindset. Yeah. Well, alright, I'll see you guys on Friday, maybe. If not Friday, then Tuesday for sure. Yeah. Alright, well, good luck. I wouldn't be trading this, I'm gonna be honest. I think it's gonna be like this for the rest of the day. Again, at 4 p.m., we have these huge earnings. You'll probably see a crazy spike right at 4. And you'll probably actually see a pretty good Asian and London session because of those earnings. So that's cool. But all right, I'll see you guys soon.